I'm not used to not hearing it.
See, now you like it when I do the thingy, don't you?
Welcome to Off the Stage. My name's Conor Michael. This is James Berry. And this week we have Bear Park.
Hello.
Hi, guys. So just first introductions. Who are you? What do you do in the band? And
So we are Bear Park. I am Shea. I sing and I play the bass guitar.
I'm Adam, and I play the drums and other percussion stuff.
Yeah.
Percussive elements.
I'm Guy, and I play guitar and I help Shea sing sometimes.
Yeah.
Backing vocals.
Yeah. That's not quite I mean, it happens quite a bit, but it's not massively common that the bass player is also the lead vocalist.
Exactly, yeah.
How did that happen? Was that one of them?
It was just...
We need a bass player.
We were originally a 5-piece, and when we came down to a 4-piece, when the singer left, we were looking for who's going to sing, and I was writing a few songs and singing a few songs, like, you've got an alright voice. So I kind of just hopped in the role and was like, alright, here we go.
Yeah.
And that's where I started. So I kind of just got thrown into it, and then I've been doing it ever since. So yeah. So I quite like it as well.
That's good.
Exactly, that would help.
Do you take like the front man stance as well? Because bass players can be a bit...
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, with us being a 3-piece, the bass stands out very heavily in the mix.
Yeah.
And I've got a P bass with really like bright strings.
Do you
planting away with a pick? Play with a pick.
I was going to say I'm a bassist and singer sometimes. It's really hard to actually sing and play with like fingers.
Yeah, no, we've got this song that is played with fingers in studio, and I can sing and play it with the fingers, but it's just easier to play with a pick.
But you've always been able to do that though. Like, was it I Am the Resurrection? You could play and sing at the same time, and it was like.
Well, now you look back, it's not that hard.
When you were like 15.
When I was like 15, but it's just don't give me the spotlight. Don't give me the spotlight.
So, individually, what influences got you into music, and how did like the band come together from that?
I mean, my story's always been like the same. I had this guitar on my wall in my bedroom for ages and ages, and I just never knew how to play it. And one day I was like, why have I got this on my wall if I can't play it? I just started learning it, and just from then on I was just addicted to it. But like I tried to learn the guitar when I was in year 3 and tried it again. I never picked it up, but just this one time it clicked, and then I started playing with Adam.
Yeah,
it just worked.
Yeah.
But
they like Nirvana.
Yeah,
I like Nirvana, but not as much as them.
Yeah.
But
yours is quite similar to mine in a way.
Well, yeah, kind of. My sister had this rubbish Argos guitar. She got it for Christmas when she was like, I don't know, 9 or something. And I just picked it up one day and I heard Pumped Up Kicks. I was like, I love that song. It's got a mint bass line. So I started playing it on the rubbish acoustic guitar, and I was like, I can't do this. Got a bass guitar for that Christmas. Started playing it on the bass, started playing on the classics like Another One Bites of Dust and Seven Nation Army.
Yeah.
And it was literally Pumped Up Kicks. That's the soul song that got me into music. It's quite strange. So that's how I just developed it. I've got no like musical background in my family or anything. Just heard that song, I was like, I want to do that now. So
mint.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Well, I was wanting to learn the drums for a while, and I went to Steel Town Music in concert, and the guy who owns it, Matt, he was just,
Shout out to Matt,
yeah. He was just like, I can, we do lessons here. And I was like, sound.
Didn't you originally go for guitar lessons?
I did. I turned up and I was like, I want to do guitar. And then he asked, so what are you here for? And I went, oh wait, drums. No, I just said it because in my head I was like, I just want to do that more. So just clicked. But yeah, I just started playing along to like songs like anyone really, and then
it's not like all of us have just been playing instruments our entire life. It was just like a random day we just decided to start playing, and then we came together. It's like,
and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
National Bear Park Day.
Yeah. Let's make today a National Bear Park Day. That's it. Boxing Day, National Bear Park Day.
So you said you were a 5-piece originally.
Yes.
What were the instruments in the 5-piece, and how did you find transitioning to a 3-piece?
Yeah, well, it was basically, so I was the bassist, he was the drummer, he was a rhythm guitarist. We had a lead guitarist and a singer. Singer went, and then we're a 4-piece where I came to sing. And then when the guitarist left, it then became the 3, but it was in the middle of lockdown when he left. Right. So it was the end of 2020. So it was ages before we could gig again. It was like literally August 2021, so 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
So you had a good time then to really get a new sound and stuff.
I don't really feel like we had to change much though. It was like we all just kept the same rule, apart from you becoming the singer.
Yeah.
We just kept the same sort of rules and just.
Yeah, and I think a lot of our sound is very like, well, he's like a rhythm guitarist at heart, and it's like a lot of it is very rhythm, big chords based. So it definitely felt natural.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you don't think it like impacts like live shows or anything?
Oh no, definitely not. It's just because it's a huge, big live sound.
I think 3 pieces a lot of the time make a better show because it's like what I kind of say, it's like a stool. So if you get like a 4-piece or a 5-piece, if one of them goes, you've still got something to kind of hold on. But the 3 pieces all have to work together, which means that energy has to be like much higher, which usually individually keeps you on your feet. Allows you to have like a better show and stuff.
I feel like it's good for all of us having like a personality in the band as well. Like if there was 5 or 6 of us, it's usually like 2 or 3 of the members are like the main ones, and then other than kind of like sit in the back. But it's like all 3 of us are.
It's nice that we've got like a big image with the 3 of us. Like I'm the one who blabbers on, you're the shy one, and you're the all-rounder. Even shyer one. But no, like you were saying, it's just you're live and you feel like you're like working together, you're looking at each other. And because me and Guy are like, it's not like guitar, drums, bass. It's like drums at the back, obviously. Yeah. Then we're like equally spaced, a bit like Green Day.
Yeah, it is. That's what we like.
And it's like we've both got like a sort of presence right at the front. Yeah. I'm left, he's right, working together, kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, when you mentioned you wrote some songs beforehand, is it yourself that predominantly writes the songs, or is it like do you all write songs and then you work on them, or is it like I've got a song, let's work on this kind of thing? Or?
Well, it's normally me. I'm like the primary songwriter. Our guy does a lot of guitar writing as well, especially more and more now. But it's kind of like I'll go home, I don't know, from anywhere, pick up my guitar, write the melody, write the lyrics, and I've got the core. And then because now we use GarageBand to demo stuff, we'll demo stuff. We normally demo it before we take it into the rehearsal room because we like to have an idea of the automated GarageBand drummer, because that's what we have to use. Because we can't exactly just mic him up on the drums and put it into GarageBand.
Yeah, we've got one mic.
You've got one. It's a rubbish, like terrible mic, and he dropped it on the floor once. So
it's got a massive
ding on
one side.
So you can only use one.
That's what I did with that.
You can only use one side of the mic. Like you record and you're like, oh shit, it's on the wrong side of the mic. Spin it round.
Wait, it's like a perfect cylinder, so it just rolled off my.
Yeah, it rolls off, man. But
a lot of the time, it's like I'll find like some crappy riff and I'll just send it to you, and within 10 minutes you've written a melody and words.
That can happen. Like I see it, that's happening more and more now. So like I think in the past it was mostly just me then bringing it in, but now it's like it's still a lot of me, but me and Guy are working more and more.
A few songs where Adam's done that same thing as well.
Yeah.
Just kind of gone through different.
But sometimes I'll just walk around and hum something.
I always catch on to something like me. But no, I mean, we were at practice once and he'd written a song, like a quick guitar song, like, no offence, don't play much guitar, but it was just a few simple chords and it sounded great. And we came to practice and was like, yeah, you should show that song, play it. And he's like, I forgot it. So that went nowhere. But yeah, like I say, it's just write it, get it into GarageBand, bring it to practice, we'll change what we can. And that's basically it. It's nice, it's easy, and with GarageBand we've got a MIDI controller, so like any synth sounds or any little percussive elements, we just stick them in, and it's good fun. Getting the loads down. I think we've got loads of songs. So
I'm sure I asked this question last week. I definitely did at some pod. When obviously you've got like a primary songwriter, and let's say he brings the songs to you guys, and like, look guys, I've got this song. Is there ever a time where you've heard the song and went, we'll see how it goes, or do you feel like, look, I don't like that, we've got to change it?
You can tell me.
We've recorded like a collection of songs, like an album, and there was my favourite song on there. I was exactly as you've described. I didn't really like it.
Fair enough.
And now it's just because we've all put our touch in it, and it's just become something that I really, really like.
Which one's it?
Keep on Smiling. I remember saying I don't think it's actually
Leaves
good
over there.
I remember I didn't actually think it was good enough for the album, and then now it's my favourite one. So.
So if there's a song that comes in that, as you say, you're not a massive fan of, do you still you know what, we'll make the demo, we'll see
Yeah.
how it sounds at the end, or if there had been a point where you're like, it's not even worth doing the demo?
Sometimes we'll demo it, take it to practice, and then Adam's come up with something, or I've come up with something that changes the way we look at it, and we'll re-demo it.
Yeah.
Like, often gives it a new life. Like, we've got a song at the minute where can't work it out.
There's some
It's
things
like,
you just can't do it. Like there was a one me and him were working on. He had some chords. I took it, wrote the melody and the lyrics off that, and we tried to demo it and we didn't get it right. And we
we've
tried to do
done
it again. Done like
twice, two
three
or
or four.
three,
No, it's more than that. It's like three
so
or four.
the
It
next
just isn't
plan
working.
is to take it to the studio, and Adam's gonna sprinkle his pizzazz on
The
it.
magic on it.
I think it's because we're trying to go for a certain sound with it,
Yeah.
and that's a point to talk about, because sometimes you naturally fall into a sound, but there's some songs where you're like, nah, I really want it to sound like that, and this is what we're trying to do with this. And I mean, at the same time, it's a good thing we're getting it wrong, because you get it wrong, you try again, eventually you get it right.
Absolutely right.
So yeah,
First you don't succeed.
exactly.
And then just finally, with obviously writing songs, what would you say the most personal song is that you've written, and what's it about?
That I was thinking about this for quite a while, because I remember seeing it on like the email.
Yeah.
I think, well, off this album, there's probably more out there floating around that are new and like just demoed and things and learned by us. But in terms of something that will be coming soon, I think it's a song we've got called Trick.
Right.
I don't know if you would agree. It's got quite. It's the thing with Trick.
You never
is,
tell us the meaning.
I never tell you the meaning. I don't know why.
You're very
It's
secretive.
because sometimes I'm even like, well, what does that mean?
Sometimes you got to find the meaning yourself.
Sometimes
don't
you're like, but
It's
no,
it's quite an emotional sounding song.
yeah,
Anyway, it's like
it's
an
big
uplifting.
and it's like
It's a bit sweet.
yeah,
it's bittersweet. That's a good way of putting it. But I think the lyrics are probably my most simple on the album. Like they're the most. Well,
didn't you write it in like 10 minutes or something?
More like 5.
Sometimes they're the best songs though, because it just
Precisely.
it's like it's almost
Getting
your
it out.
unconscious, your unconscious just kind of telling you exactly
That's
what
the
you
thing. I
want.
had this. I was just playing the guitar, like had all these lyrics and melodies to it, and I was like, and then I randomly thought of this new one, and I was like, that's better. So I just wrote the rest of it in 5 minutes, and it was great. But no, it's like the lyrics, like I say, simple, but I think that's what makes it personal. It's just like, you know, sometimes you need the fewest words to say the biggest things. You know what I mean? Sometimes
yeah.
like less words put out a bigger message instead of complicating it in a way. And I think it's kind of about like, not like longing for someone or something. In a way it is, but it's about like waiting for something to happen and knowing that you need to put in that shift for it to happen.
Yeah.
Like one of the lines in it is, I need to work the shift if I'm to sell all of my wares. And that's just basically like, you've got to just put yourself out there. It can be about music, it can be about ladies, it can be about anything. But it's you know, it just says it, and you need to push yourself out there if you want to get something done. That's the message of that song. And I think that's what I was feeling like when I wrote it, and that was like September last year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Would you guys agree, or do you have any other songs that hit deeper with yourselves and like?
Do you?
Well, Trick's your favourite one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I like. Wait, there is one I like, which is.
Hates the rest.
No, I don't know. There's quite a few songs you have that I like. That I don't particularly like, but then I do like some of them as well. So it's.
Well, yeah,
but then it changes, like, because like what Guy said, you know, like with Keep On Smiling.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Just, you know.
But no lyrics or anything that are like.
No,
The Other Way is emotional and sad,
Yeah,
but it's just
that's just one of them.
that's just one of those down in the dumps songs, because it's not deep, is it? It's not bittersweet where it's a bit more edgy.
I think a lot of our stuff's very dancey, like
Oh, 100%, yeah.
first album, get everyone moving.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Aye.
So yeah, it's big drums, big bass, big guitar,
Yeah.
3-piece.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll take a short break and we'll see you in part 2.
Yeah. Doesn't feel the same because I don't even hear it.
What's happening, guys? It's Conor Michael here, and to let you know that my latest single, Horse Outside, is available now, only on Spotify, because with it technically being a cover, it's not on iTunes. So make sure you stream it. For some reason, Glasgow's really took off, Newcastle not so much. Horse Outside, Spotify. Check it out. Enjoy the rest of the podcast. Nay!
I think it's it.
It is. It says we're back, baby.
Yeah.
Really
Welcome
like a lot more enthusiastically than
Welcome
that.
back to Off the Stage with Conor Michael, James Berry, and Bear Paw. Should mention, because they're doing us a solid here. Anybody watching on the visual, we're in a different place. We're in a bar called the Dubliner on the quayside in Newcastle, as we will for the next this and 3 more episodes. Thanks, Dan, for letting us use this.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't promote that in the first part, but. So yeah, part 2. This is more like questions, Q&A kind of thing. First one we got is, what would you say your favourite gig story is?
Well, one jumps to mind.
Yeah.
Westfest.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mrs. just fell over.
Sorry,
go on.
The name just describes it perfectly.
Yeah, well, there's a festival. Well, it was a festival. It's not happening anymore.
It's been demolished now.
Wait, the building? Has it? I didn't know that. All right, fair enough. But it was in Middlesbrough, and there was this festival called Westfest, and it was like hard rock, like metal bands. But we were on the bill.
I think
it's like a sort of like.
Because that's the headline. Because I saw like the follower count and the streams and that, and they're like, these are pretty good.
So he has us this surfy indie rock vibe coming into a metal festival. And I remember, I think we had a gig a few days before at the Any Volume Music Bar, and the guys running it came up and said, look lads, he's alright to go on second last because we want a bigger, like heavier sound on to end the show. Like, yeah, that's totally fine. So we got there, the sound guy wasn't there. He wasn't there for like 3 hours or something.
Because he was in Spoons, wasn't he?
He was in Spoons having a pint.
Professional.
And then the dressing room was like, it had like a hole in the ceiling. It looked like some monster was just going to crawl out. Thankfully, nothing did. Yeah. And it just had writing all over the wall. You can imagine what it's like in there. Just writing in black Sharpie everywhere. He made a few bits of writing. I'm not going to tell you what he wrote, but or drew. But he did a few things on the wall. And I remember, so all these bands, it was actually really fun because all the bands were heavy, and you're like, yes. And he was dancing in the room, and I've got a few videos, but he was doing some daft dances.
So it was more like thrashing moves. Thrashing around.
The entire time we just had in the back of our minds, we've got to go on.
Yeah.
After these bands.
Yeah, and just be like this, like, yeah.
Complete different change in vibe.
Yeah. Honestly, that gig was probably your best guitar sound I've ever heard.
For some reason. I think we played really well for the
really well.
20 minutes they let us play.
And that's the thing, we played for 20 minutes, we went on for like 45, 50 minutes. And the promoter just came to the front and like, lads, we're like a bit behind, and you just go now.
Well, in other words, I haven't really listened to what you actually sound like, and they're like, oh shit, this is not a metal band.
I kind of looked at her and went, oh right, okay, I was laughing because I thought it was really funny. And he said, just play an outro or something. I'm like, oh right, okay. So me and him just played like the same note for 30 seconds, and he just went, it's just like, oh right, okay. So then after that, we watched the last band, and we got a few photos of people, which was kind of cool. But it was just hilarious. It was just a proper nightmare of a day, and it was really. It
was all the way in Stockton as well. So
that was in Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough, so it was like an hour.
So it was a bit further, but just went to the Spoons in Middlesbrough. He got gammon and chips.
I did. It was lovely.
We liked that. Yeah. So yeah, that was
and the
rock and roll.
That was great. It was just hilarious. So yeah.
It's good when you get mixed up on a bill that doesn't fit you.
Yeah.
Especially when you like the 3 years can like, this is funny.
It was genuinely so funny. Yeah.
I think we were a bit annoyed at first, but then looking back, it's hilarious.
Yeah. I think we'd left, and it was after the last band set, and we're on the way home, and the promoters were in the group chat like, can someone from each band come and get the money, because we're paying you. We're halfway up the motorway here, man. So that you just had to bank transfer. So yeah, that was funny.
I've had that before. Where I don't know if you've seen my original stuff, but it's very singer-songwriter pop stuff. And I wasn't the bill at Trillions. Oh, great crack. Ironically, I think Home is the only song that didn't go down well. I somehow managed to make everything a little bit more grungy.
Yeah.
Me and a guitar and a loop pedal. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're the weird gigs though.
Yeah. Of course, the funny man. The hell
So I was meant to do this yesterday, but I did it this morning because I forgot. We advertised on Instagram for people to kind of give us some questions.
Of course.
And the ones we've got is at Stitch Redman said, who is their favourite cartoon bear?
Oh man, that's hard because there's loads of cartoon bears. I think Yogi Bear's great, and Boo Boo Bear.
Well, can you count the Kanye West college dropout bear, or is that not?
It's a cartoon bear.
Yeah,
it is a cartoon. It's a cartoon bear.
I remember the cartoon bears.
And then the Bears in We Bear Bears. Do you know that show?
The Care Bears.
Yeah, let's say
on Cartoon Network when you were like 12. You had the Grizzly Bear, just Grizz.
Yeah.
The Pan Bear, the panda, and
them
Ice Bear.
things.
And Ice Bear was like, Ice Bear's gonna do this. Just really blunt. It's great. I love them bears.
Oh no,
I
my
love
favourite
Yogi Bear.
probably Winnie the Pooh. Like,
Fair enough, yeah.
Goat of a bear, that, you know.
Yeah,
just
he's
the
not a
best
bear,
ever.
he's a poo.
Fair enough. At Maggie Barksby says, what makes Bear Park unique?
Ooh, go on.
I don't know.
You need to think of a good answer, yeah. I'm thinking of one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wear suits. We wear cool suits. I don't think I've seen anyone else wearing suits
Wait,
like we
maybe
do.
it's just the
Is
fact.
that like a live show?
That's a live show thing. It was the label's idea, and so now we wear suits live.
Nice.
And we wear these like grander collar shirts.
Does it get hot?
Wait, I'm fine. He
Yeah,
always
it does-
takes his
it does
blazer
get
off.
hot,
So,
When does it drum
Yeah.
I'm not sure what makes
well, no,
us
I
unique.
think
It might be
there's-
the sound.
There's
and
definitely stuff that makes we unique, like completely. I know the suits.
You're
aren't the same
vocal
thing.
for one as well. It's not.
Yeah,
It's
I always
not the
get off
conventional-
Lee that he thinks I've got a very unique voice that sounds like no one else.
It's quite like spoken word, Joy Division.
spoken word, Geordie.
It's not really spoken word. You still sing, but it's
But
less
very,
like
yeah,
the conventional like singing
yeah.
type of thing.
I'm just the little guy from Gateshead singing me heart out. But no, I think another thing is strangely, I think we're doing trying. Of course, it's a live thing, but like conforming to a 3-piece sound. I don't think we've ever let like a 3-piece sound in terms of just guitar, bass, and drums determine like how we would write songs.
Yeah.
Like there's always like lead lines that we're going to put over the top, and little synth parts and percussion bits, all these little like anoraks and niches that a lot of 3-piece bands wouldn't go for because they're trying. There's nothing wrong with that. It's great when you convert this big heavy 3-piece 3-instrument sound like Green Day, for example, or Nirvana. But we've tried to never let that try to stick to that because we're getting backing tracks sorted at the minute. So we want to go on stage, have the backing tracks, but it's very much the sound is at its core the 3-piece, big surfy reverby.
the only things we
Fender
use in
twin
the
reverb.
backing tracks for just a little, as you say, like little niches,
little
just,
things.
Just
It's-
gives it like more character in a
Yeah,
way.
that's
but
the thing.
The core's still there with
Yeah,
the.
That's the thing. It's like you
drive.
kind of want it to be like this big 3-piece based sound, but with all these little like sprinklings of flavour over
Yeah.
the top. That's what we love. Like one of my favourite things in the world is a clavier block. Just like tap the clavier
Don't
block a
we
few
know?
times, and it's just class. Love a clavier block. Put it in everything. So, yeah. And a cowbell and a tambourine.
Your
Beautiful.
little percussion bag that you bring to
I've
record.
got a little box, Shear's percussion box at home.
Sorry.
It's got an egg shaker. It's got one, you know the little scrapey wood block.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's got one of them, 2 claviers, one that goes doot doot and one that goes doot doot. And then well,
Don't even, do you?
but what else have I got? That's it. I'm expanding my collection. I don't
We
have time to
had Blackout the Arcade on last week, and they
Yeah,
used
we did with them, they're great
Big
lads.
Stowe pot
Gravy.
as the gravy
Like an
pot,
egg
just as the
shaker.
egg
So
shaker.
that's amazing.
You've
that,
got a few Heineken bottles and that, don't you?
Yes, yeah. Oh, I've got a bottle as well. I forgot about that. Tap a bottle with a drumstick. It
So
sounds
when you
excellent.
did it with a knife, it sounded even better.
Yeah. Oh, well, no,
I
that's
did it with
Kind
a,
of a pitch
with
out
a
of it.
plectrum and
Yeah.
like a mug.
teacup.
Yeah.
with a
Oh,
plectrum,
yeah.
But no, like he's saying there, I was demoing this song once without Guy. I left him out because I'm evil. He was at work. I wanted to do it. And I filled up the glass. I was literally like testing it out, seeing how much water I could put in to make the right sound. Got it to about halfway, started tapping it with a steak knife, and it made this beautiful like dit. And I was like, I'm putting that in the song. So that was excellent.
Until it goes smash.
Yeah,
The
I was
weirdest-
kind of worried about it. My mum walked in from work and she was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm sorry, mum, it's music."
The
No, I'm just
weirdest,
trying to say you wouldn't understand, mum, but
the weirdest percussion thing we've ever done was when we were recording like our old EP back in the day when it never got released.
yeah.
We got like a roll of sticky tape and rubbed it on the mic. I think that was
Yeah.
probably the strangest thing
Yeah.
we've done.
It's fun doing that, like just little weird things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've just recorded a song that's like, it's a metaphor of a library kind of thing. So the percussion on it is pen and paper.
Yeah,
kind of
that's
thing.
mint.
It's always cool to have like them extra bits.
It's like I remember a story of like Billie Eilish having like a matchstick going like that as a snare drum
Yeah.
in a song, like a. That's cool. Little things like that, we just love them. Little
Brilliant.
production techniques. So yeah.
We've got at Fergus Hamilton says, they actually live in a park full of bears?
Sadly not. Just Gateshead for me and Chesley Street for them.
There's bears in Chester Park.
There's bears.
Have
Have you seen them before?
in like the
Was it just
bins,
a legend?
those bin
Oh, the
things.
bins, yeah, man.
Oh, the koala bears, Colin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a
Koala
few of
bears
them.
and a bear though, it's a, what is it?
It's a marsupial. Yeah.
A marsupial, yeah.
So just
Should
giving that
panda
one a
bears
quick
like that
follow-up,
as
we should ask this in the first part. Where did the name Bear Pot come from?
Yeah. Do you want to tell it?
We used to be called the Baltics, like way back.
I can't remember the name though.
And there was a lot of other bands called the Baltics in the northeast and outside the northeast, especially one called Baltic who had the name first. And we were always a bit wary of that. We just didn't really like the fact we had the same name as someone else. And when we signed our record deal, they also didn't like that, and they were just like, oh, we're going to need to change your name at some point. So we thought best just do it sooner rather than later. And honestly, we just zoomed in on Google Maps. There was a place next to where we live called Bear Park, and I was like, that's a cool band name.
That's really good.
It's a little bit far away, but it's next to Durham.
It took us ages to think of one though.
Yeah.
I think we went through about like 200 or 300 names.
Yeah, like for some reason, even though I were called the Baltics, we didn't want to be called a band that had the on the front for some reason. Do you know what I mean?
None of us actually came up with that name though as well, which was another thing. It's like all three of us are in this band, and
We
none
did
of
agree
us,
to it.
none of us named the band.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, didn't really have any ownership of the band in a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but you know what I mean. It's like we're just kind of being plonked in and told use the Baltics.
Yeah,
that's how
but
it
we
is.
did agree to it. So
I guess.
we're just little boys. So.
And then final Instagram one we got at Jude_Davidson6. So what's your top 3 favourite gigs you've played?
That's a good one. Thank you, Jude. For
Um,
me, no, go on. Sorry,
I think
putting in.
one of my top 3 would be the Exchange very recently.
Yes,
We did
in
that
North
for
Shields.
like a fundraiser for like a film about homelessness called Someone's Daughter, Someone's Son. Is that right? And it was with Liam Fender, Lindisfarne, who else was
Katie
it?
Grace, Bugman,
Yeah.
and Katie Kelly. So yeah.
And the Exchange is just beautiful. They've redone it all. It looks like the O2 Academy used to look. It's just it's amazing.
It's mint.
And the crowd was just great. It was for a great cause, and I think that's probably in my top 3 at the minute. Like,
I would say, well, Independent and Sunderland because it's the first one. This is Tomorrow.
that was good.
That was good. And I'd probably say, I like Think Tank as well. I just like that.
Yeah.
I like it's a
The
cool
thing
venue.
with This Is Tomorrow was that we were like first on when the gates opened,
Yeah.
and the stage was right next to the gates, so
Yeah,
people
people
would
come
walk in, hear music, and just turn straight into this. We actually had a pretty
That's
big
good, that.
crowd. We had, who was the band that was actually watching us?
Oh, Seagulls.
Seagulls.
They were right at the back.
Yeah,
with
we
the
saw
hats
a photo a few months later of the Seagulls singer watching us play with a pint. So that
and
was,
I didn't actually realise how many people were there. There was probably like 300 people in that big tent watching. But for me, I don't know. It's like I would say the Exchange and North Shields is one. I did like This Is Tomorrow a lot, and then I'm trying to think. Weirdly, I tend to base the crowd is we've always got an excellent crowd. It's always excellent. Like there's no fault anywhere there, and they're all equally amazing. I think about it like in terms of like how well we can hear what's going on, like the sound systems. So the Exchange had a great sound system. This Is Tomorrow, great sound system. And in terms of it's just playing and hearing yourself in Liverpool, that would be my third. Liverpool's in EBGBs. Well, the first on there is part of like a thing called the Steam Packet Tour, which Gary Pell from the Libertines put on. And I think, like I say, it was like 7 o'clock, first band on. No one was in yet, so everyone watching was just the other bands. Luckily, it was a 4-piece, an 8-piece, and a 5-piece. So quite a few people there for just watching one. And I think that's one of the best we've played to this date.
I thought it was cool when we played that one because the burger stand outside closed at 8 and we were on we were on at like 8 or something.
Oh,
so
right.
I remember it, yeah. And I was like, can you save us one? He was like, sound. And I like rushed through it and then went back upstairs and he practically chucked it with us.
we went outside and had a burger, and the lead singer of this band called the Dead Freight told me and you to sing the first line of Don't You Want Me over and over for the entire song, and that's just become our little
It's become a thing now.
thing.
I was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar.
You just sing
In
that
a cocktail.
out,
Yeah, it's one of my favourites.
So just before we take a break for this one, we're slightly running over time. So we're going for a quick fire Q&A.
Oh God, I can
Last
see one of
week's-
them. See one of them.
So quick answers. First question: who in the band is the most exchangeable?
There's no such thing as a 3-piece. That's the only
I
thing
don't
with
think
it.
that's
It's like you
Probably me, because you just get stinging instead.
He's
Get on, man.
banging already. He's waiting.
Yeah.
What's the one word within your own vocabulary that you know of but you've never said out loud? Toughest question I've ever had on this podcast.
The
you've
word
never
I've
said.
That you know that you've never said.
taxonym.
Well, can't
That's
say
like
that anymore.
that's like an animal. an animal group that I've just never said out loud.
Until now.
Yeah, I've just said the word taxonym and never said it before.
Marsupial.
You've never said marsupial?
I've never said that before.
I don't know.
He said every word, him.
He said every word.
Yeah, I don't know. If you weren't called Bear Park, what would you be called?
Fine dining.
Fine dining.
That's what they were originally going to be called when they started thinking together before I came into it and the other members. So I always thought that was a decent name.
Yeah.
Fine dining, good name.
And, that would have matched the suits as well, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Just get slopped down it.
I'll just give you an idea, haven't
It's
I?
actually the name of like a clothing brand. Adam and his mate.
We're going to start a clothing brand, me and my other mate, and just like, we'll call it Fine Dining. And we'll have like a spaghetti graphic on it.
That's pretty cool. I like that idea, actually.
Yeah.
And then the final bonus question they've given us is, who's got the fittest man?
I saw that before. Stop pointing at me, man. Stop pointing at me. Are you looking at me? My mum's going to watch this. Mum, it's a compliment to you what these people think.
But what do you think?
What do I think?
You can't really say
I don't want to answer that. It's not like I think that. No.
Well, then you can pick another two.
All right, equal.
All right.
And Lee's mum as well. They're all equal. I'm done.
Mint, cool. We'll come back for part 3 and we'll get some questions for next week's guest in the break.
Cool.
Yeah. See you in a bit.
Which song was that song?
Welcome to the
same.
final part.
It's the same one. Nice one.
You look forward to watching us on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
But you were on the podcast, you know what it's like. Yeah, but I didn't hear the soundboard.
Soundboard makes it. I don't care what anyone says.
Welcome back to Off the Stage. Conor Michael, Bear Park, James Berry at the Dubliner in Newcastle on the quayside.
Get yourself down.
We're probably on the stage, let's be realistic. So part 3 is pretty much what you guys have got looking forward to. Obviously, this is our last podcast of the year. So 2024, or that week just beforehand, what have we got to look forward to from Bear Park?
Yeah. So there's a lot more music coming. I know everyone says that, but looking at another single late Jan, early Feb, and then a bigger body of work. Basically, obviously an album. I don't know why I'm so shy to say the word album.
We haven't technically announced it.
It's not technically announced, but it is. But it's not, because it doesn't have a date and no one's seen the artwork and no one knows the name of it. So yeah, but that's happening in March.
It's not been recorded. Songs are still being written.
Yeah, and then we've got a big uni show, which is happening on March 16th.
Sort of like an album release party.
It's to celebrate it. Yeah.
So when you say uni show, is that at a university?
Yeah,
Newcastle
it's
Uni,
at Newcastle Uni.
The underground bit, I think.
Yeah. Mint venue.
We've also got a Coastal Crawl in February, which is like Coast Fest. They're doing like a
spin-off.
Sort of, what's it called?
Wintry spin-off.
A wintry spin-off. To bridge the gap between now and the actual festival, because it was flipping class. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was a great festival.
Really good.
So and then we're playing Hardwick in August.
I think that was advertised on last week's episode as well.
It was.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, because
it's called Hardwick Festival now because Hardwick Live, it's no more, is it, or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah.
They were saying they don't like being called Hardwick Live, even though everybody knows it's Hardwick Live.
Yeah.
Stop it, James. We've had them mentioned on the pod twice now. We could get a little deal with them yet.
Hardwick Festival.
But I suppose that's not early 2024 or anything. But
That's just anything.
it's still 2024.
That's like my birthday weekend. We'll play that.
Happy birthday, mate.
20th birthday.
Start of the festival. But that's happening. But going back to the uni gig, that's the big one we're looking forward to. That everyone needs to come to.
Loads of special guests, and surprises.
Everyone's gonna love the album. I'm sure of it. And then we'll just be partying.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
Yeah.
So when Lee messaged about getting you guys on the pod, there was a specific reason, and sadly we couldn't move anything earlier than this. What has happened this month?
We have released a song, the first one in
2 years. 2 and a bit years.
2 and 3 months. Yeah, because we've just been working behind the scenes with the label, getting stuff right, getting stuff sorted, getting the sound developed. Because honestly, we'll look back at all that stuff and we think that's not really like representative of our sound. I suppose it's like everyone really, but it's like, we really see the flaws in that and we wanted to get back into it properly.
There's a music video too.
So there's a music video happening. Well, it's already happened, the music video, hasn't it? Yeah. That was released on the 26th.
Today. So it's coming out on the 15th. It's coming out on the 5th. But it came out on the 15th.
It came out on the 15th.
So it is available now.
Yes, it's available.
What's the song called, sorry?
Betty.
Betty.
Yeah, like the Taylor Swift song, but better.
Okay.
You see what I did there? Betty and better.
Okay.
But no, yeah, we released that. It came out on the 8th, and it was a mint. It's got a fair few streams on it already.
I was going to say the benefit to having you on after the song's been out is how do you think that's pushing compared to your previous work? How's it taken off?
I think we've got so many more techniques of trying to get stuff out there. Like in the past, it sounds daft, but you can never really be like that when you're in a band. But it's about like shyness and like worrying if I message this person, will they find us annoying? But no, just go ahead, message them. Yeah. There's the bigger picture, and you got to push your band out there. And if they don't respond, they don't respond. But do it to everyone. Yeah. And if there's only like 4 out of 50 people do it, that's still 4 people, isn't it? Exactly. I'm holding up 4 people. But yeah, just push it out there. We know how to do that now.
Wait, yeah, because we've had 2 years of like staying relevant just based on no releases.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've had to try and like make not like it's forced because we're like doing it too, like silly content and stuff. Yeah. And like daft photos and all these little things and little like acoustic covers and stuff, which most bands do anyway. But like keeping on top of that so that we're constantly posting, so that we're always in people's feeds, and try and create like a subconscious like I've seen you today in the feeds. Do you know what I mean? Oh. So that's the sort of thing we're going for there. But that's the thing with Betty. We've had a lot of content and a lot of like magazine mentions, the video. What else have we had in terms of Thingy and Betty?
Podcast.
This. Yeah, like this for example, like stuff like this where we can constantly say we've got stuff to say, we're doing stuff and that. So yeah.
Release party. That was good.
And the release, the show, man. How did I not mention that? But that was great. It was
mint that people were singing it and it had only been out for like 24 hours.
That was crazy.
Where was your release shot?
We did Head of Steam in Newcastle. Yeah. Just made it free entry. It was packed, and everyone was just singing along. The song only been out like less than 24 hours.
Yeah, and it was just mint.
Really good. Really
so
good.
Yeah, that was great fun.
Just quickly on the spot, how do you do that when you sort of set this out? Do you do songs that ought still to come out, or do you just play the ones you've already done?
Well,
so you're not giving too much away.
That's the thing. We'll try to find a balance because we've got on Spotify right now. There's 4 songs out, including Betty. But the 3 previous ones, Carbon Theme Park, Homeless Kids, and Hickory Brown, we'll always put them in the set. Yeah. And with Betty, that would only mean like a 4-song set, which is
unless we slap a load of covers in, which we don't want to do.
But no, we do put like songs that are unreleased on there. Obviously there's like quite a few songs on this album, so there's only like I don't know, not giving away too much, but putting them in, and we know that realistically people are gonna like listen to it and think, oh that's good, but they're not gonna properly remember it until it comes out.
We do get some people coming up to us afterwards saying I really like that song.
100%. Yeah, like everyone, we've got this song
so
called...
then we're kind of like over time we form which ones we should play, which ones we shouldn't.
There's a one called Head of the United States we've got, which we really love. And we've played that for quite a while now, and it's got like a reggae bit in the middle, so it's quite distinctive. And people are always like, oh, that one with the reggae bit about America, they're like, that's mint that. It's like, oh, you don't even like have it out and you think it's mint, so that's cool.
It plays well when it does come out.
Yeah, but that's another thing, you know, like
subconsciously they know the song.
It's exactly. Kind of like a thingy because, you know, you've got your old songs which aren't as good and you play them live because they're out, but you've got new songs that are much better that you want to show a live audience to show, look what we've done, it's much better now. Yeah. So it's like kind of like, oh, it's unreleased but it's better, so we've got to play it. You know?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
And just to give a recommended local artist shout out, is there anybody that you think anybody watching this should go, actually, I'll go check them out as well?
Yeah, there's plenty of bands. We've got a band we saw recently, our good friends at the Venels, who will shout out and everything. You're getting a shout out, Venels. But a band who supported them, Camel Island, they were
ridiculous.
Brilliant. They were really good.
So a top viewed podcast.
Oh, have you had Camel Island on? Oh, mint.
Sorry, Lee, it was you until Camel Island came on.
They were brilliant. Like, every single one of them are great at their instruments. Like they've each got a distinctive thing going on, but they all fit together so well. You know?
Yeah,
I think they're great.
Will plays here as well now. Then
it does.
And then just for any people that haven't already followed you, what would your social tags be? How can people find you online?
Okay.
Bear Park Music on everything, isn't it?
Wait, what about Twitter?
That's Bear Park Music.
Okay, so it's Bear Park Music on everything, people.
Yeah.
You should go and follow it.
Mint. Well, thank you very much for coming down, guys.
Thanks.
It's been a good little chat. If you haven't followed us already, we are at Off The Stage UK.
I'm Shay and this is Guy from Bear Park. Our drummer is over there. So we're going to play a song called Betty, which we recently released. Enjoy it.
Sit down, Betty, watch the tube. I'm always there making a fool. Such an effort to refuse Comedy Central's finest tool. I heard you had no one to talk to when sunny days had ceased to brew. But if you hadn't felt like mornings, you see, I'd never have known what I could do. Like a dog with a bone, I will not leave till you're home. Even if you don't know where that is, I've got the time and I retain the fizz. Sit down, Betty, watch the tube. I'm always there making a fool. Such an effort to refuse Comedy Central's finest tool. I saw you racing all your nightmares inside a car for avenues. You roamed the stars for many light years, but you were never alone. I was there too. You can take out a loan, blow it all on horoscopes. You can wear that cologne, evidentials that you grow. Like a dog with a bone, I will not leave till you're home. Even if you don't know where that is, I've got the time and I retain the fizz. Sit down, Betty, watch the tube. I'm always there making a fool. Such an effort to refuse Comedy Central's finest tool. Sit down, Betty, watch the tube. I'm always there making a fool. Such an effort to refuse Comedy Central's finest tool. Another shot in the dark to bring you back your spark. Like a dog with a bone, I won't leave until you're thrown. Woo! Sit down, Betty, watch the tube. I'm always there making a fool. Sit down, Betty, watch the tube. I'm always there making a fool.
Thanks. Nice.
Hey, this is Busted, and you've been listening to Off the Stage.